Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ricky with Learn Plan Profit. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day. Facebook just broke above 172, and guess what? I sold already during pre-market hours. It shows $16 on the day. That's because I was up $380. I'll show you guys exactly my sell. You guys know where my entry was at. I want to see if it continues to push up, but um, this is actually very different. Actually, I had another position. It was UGAZ, and it shows that I'm up $332.11. My exit was, where is it at? Let's see. So yeah, I sold that my Facebook at 171.16, and then I sold you guys the 400 shares that I had at 59.03. Um, you're lying. It shot up even more. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness. And oh, there it goes. Wow. And if I'm not mistaken, JNEG should be like selling off, right? JNEG had a pretty decent sell off. Is it having a pretty solid lag for you guys on TOS? Here we go. It looks like there's quite a bit of a recovery. So I'm gonna set my alert down here. So FRAC, I see that it's moving up in the day. Yep, there it goes. Had its earnings, right? Nice little push up. I think it's a little bit more on the overbought side. I'm trying to go through my alerts as they're only showing up on my phone, and let me check that out real quick. FRAC, Twitter, Oil U, UWT. Yeah, I checked all those already during pre-market hours. As in like Oil U and UWT. I don't know if you guys have ever checked those out and how they have, I think, similar patterns. But had a pretty solid sell-off, and then Oil U had a pretty solid sell-off as well. So we'll just set our alerts here. JNEG just broke below its support. Let's check that out. Let me just set the alert real quick on UWT for the overall reversal, and then kind of go from there. But yeah, Facebook did a great. Let me actually explain myself a little bit more on Facebook before I go moving on. Yeah, because this thing's not pulling back, and I would like it to pull back more down here, and as this offers more of the resistance right around the 1235 area. So yeah, 100%. Anyone else getting partially delayed on TOS? Yep. I. Okay, there we go. It's still showing signs of a potential uptrend. What's the margin here? Very little. But you guys has been doing a great job pushing up. Let's go back to the 180-day chart. Looks like, you know, we're definitely approaching this SMA line. Also, even that $60 price point might be a resistance itself. So it's definitely something that we have to take into consideration. So I can move that previous resistance to you guys see this previous pattern, how it used to act as a resistance. Definitely something that we want to look at. PTC just broke above $92. So let's check that out. I don't actually, okay, so it's the one that had that pretty solid sell-off. How's the volume? Okay, volume isn't bad. Showing signs of an uptrend pattern. That's definitely really good. And I'm just going to set another alert for a continuous uptrend, just so I could follow up with it later. The MACD indicator isn't there just yet. So it's just something that, wow, oh shoot, this thing's going. Very overextended though. Okay, how do you guys feel about the market today? You guys want to let me know? Made an easy 200 on you guys. Yeah, I think I made like, I want to say like $400 on you guys on that 1-day swing trade. So looks like we just have, we're reaching a peak formation. Let's wait for a better deal. So let's see if we can get a sell off to that middle VWAP. Let's look where /NG's at. And yeah, looks overextended, right? So on the 1-day, 180-day chart, okay, even better, right? The SMA line can act as a resistance, and ultimately, you know, there's no question that I think that it could fully reverse, like it could break above the SMA line and continue to uptrend. Like it's done that before, but when it pushes, it gets rejected, pushes up, and it's a process, right? It's not just one movement, and that's what I want to understand. What I wanted to talk about in this video is I went ahead and I locked in profits. So with Facebook, I was like, I held overnight, right? So I was up to $400. It sold off, right? I was up $400 around this area, right? It sold off to like lows of 170. Like that was like, I was just like, dang, I should have locked in profits. I just gave it all back, right? And then all of a sudden, right before the market closes or starts to open, boom, a huge push up, right? And automatically, I'm just like, lock in profits, lock in profits. And I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but I'm just telling you guys based on an experience. And it's usually with lower cap stocks or stocks that are maybe probably a little bit riskier than Facebook, but nonetheless, it's the principle. Instead of locking in profits, I'm just like, I'm actually going to wait till the market opens and see if it can still push up more. And then right as the market opens, it sells off. It usually doesn't recover. So I like the pattern right now on Facebook. Let's do 150. All right, there we go. Wow, look at that push. Oh, I thought I was going to be up a lot. I'm not up that much. Oh, that was so funny. So it looks like it's struggling to make higher highs. Why did that look like it was moving so much? Yeah, and it just sold right back off. Yeah, I'm as much down as I was up. Oh, there it goes, and I'm gonna have to, let's see if it breaks below this. I'm gonna cut losses quicker than I should. Let's see. All right. You said you were holding. Yeah, but just like I said, any signs that there's any obvious resistance or anything like that, there is no hesitation that I would have in locking in profits. I've said that multiple times along the way. I saw that there's a full-on rejection, right, as of yesterday, and it sold off today to the bottom, basically almost where I bought at. So around the 170. I bought in at 168, but you get the point. So it gets rejected, and then I just see one huge candle, right, 1 minute candle, just completely shoot up. And to me, it's like, wow, this is maybe an opportunity for me to get out. BC just broke above 64.61. I think that was a price point. I'll check that out in just a bit. But what I wanted to say was I wanted to get some feedback with how you guys have ever felt with like maybe being up during pre-market hours, but wanting it to give it the chance of for it to push up maybe a little bit more, but then realizing that, hey, like usually when I'm up pre-market hours and I can just sell right then and there, if I end up holding, I end up either doing better or worse. How do you guys feel? Do you guys usually do better or do you usually do worse? Yeah, JNUG looks overextended. Yeah. So lock in profits, worse of pre-market, only worse all the time. Usually better. Okay, so again, and this is the reason that I'm asking this question is so we all admit to ourselves a certain thing. Like if you usually do better, then great. You probably have better luck than most of us, and great, 100%. Then maybe it's more beneficial to you and your trading style to hold. But for all those that just said worse, the reason that I'm not so upset, like first of all, it always sucks. If I sold right here and then I see that it pushes up to above 172 and I could have, been up another $100, another $100 or $200, like of course that sucks. But to understand for the greater good, That's what I want to talk about, for the greater good of understanding that when it comes down to locking in profits, is it more beneficial based on my odds that during pre-market hours when it's up, it's better to lock it in because I could always get right back in, rather than lock it in and then, or not lock it in and then it sells off and then you're bummed for the entire day because you just gave back all your profits. Does that make sense? So I just want to make sure that that was a huge focus that we covered within this live stream, because it is something like, I thought it was going to be like a great example of like, hey, I locked in profits on both Facebook and UGAS, and this is why I did it, and it worked out great, right? But both on UGAS, if you guys saw my exit, it was like 59.03, right? It was like way down here, and it pushes up another dollar. So of course that sucks. I mean, I literally missed out on another potentially $500 or $400. I had 400 shares, so it pushed up another dollar, and that sucks. But what matters is that for the greater good, right? So yes, this opportunity within the day isn't the best, but locking in profits and then just moving on and continuously doing that, big picture, is much more relevant and important than trying to be greedy, maximize overall profits, and then end up being in the red, and then, you know, truly giving back some profit that you really shouldn't have, right? And I mean, I definitely, after I sold, it sold off a little bit. I definitely, if I saw that it made higher highs, just like we talked about yesterday with those patterns, you know, I definitely could have taken a position then, but I didn't. I wasn't active on my desktop, so you know, an area of opportunity there. I like that, Craig. That's and Craig, I like to make that statement like as much as possible. Like, I'm not going to worry about the profits that I did not make and stuff like that. But it's hard sometimes. It sucks, right? It sucks like giving back profits 100%. There we go. Let's see if we can. So do you see what's going on here? So it pushed up, got rejected, right, for whatever the resistance is. It's sold off. It's consolidating right around. This one was reacting better with the 1 day 5 minute. Is it true still? So it pushes up. Yeah, it's kind of staying more true to the 15 EMA. So as it pushes up, but pretty much what I see on the 1 day 1 minute is that what it was trying to do was reverse now back up here, and it should try to catch and not make lower lows. If it continues to make lower lows, then yeah, it's not going to be the most attractive pattern, but we should be able to see this thing continue to break above and make higher highs and recover. But no, it actually looks like it's selling off there, and it sold off down to the SMA. That's what I thought too, Austin. There we go. Facebook knows how to sell off. And again, when we're talking about these sell-offs, like, they're not huge. Although they might look big because of the candles, we're talking about Facebook at $170. It's like 5% or half of a percent. So yeah, so where was it? Can you please explain your entry on Facebook? If I'm not mistaken, it was, you know, pushing up, selling off, and this is something that I do a lot of the time, and it doesn't end up always working out for me in my benefit when it comes down to like the best entry. But it sold off, it started consolidating here, right? Consolidated once again, and then it pushed up, and then it broke the high that it had before. So I was going based off of that, like that it broke that resistance and that it was going to continue to go up. But as soon as, you know, we got in, it got rejected. So I should have waited more for more of a reversal. I got in too early. There's no question about that. So TQQQ dip. Okay, yeah. So let's check this out. So it looks like TQQ was trying to reverse, ends up getting hitting the SMA and then gets rejected. So I still find that to be pretty attractive just due to the understanding of it not making lower lows and it trying to trade in between the middle and top VWAP now instead of the middle and bottom VWAP. So we'll have to set the alert again there for that overall reversal. Twitter was doing really good. I saw that was doing really good during pre-market hours. Right, it opened higher than it was before, which was something that it hasn't done in a while. So congrats to all those on Twitter. You guys looks like it's really kind of like peaked, right? It could still definitely push up, and that's why we have these alerts here. But looking on how like overbought it is, also with the 180-day chart, it just definitely looks a little bit more on the overextended side. So I'm happy that I was able to take advantage of that opportunity, but definitely looks like it's still, or it's kind of reached its peak. So we'll have to follow up with it. If it continues to push up, then great. That momentum is still there, but if not, and it starts to reverse, then, you know, definitely let's make sure that we have our alerts so we can have that proper indication of that reversal. UWT continues to sell off, so OU should be doing the same. Yep, there we go. ARQL still around $5. Gosh, with that rejection. NDLS really low volume. ENPH. So, okay. What is it that you guys are looking at that you guys see a value? So let's look at this. Shopify with its earnings. Oh my God. So it had a pretty solid sell-off, right? I think this was even before its earnings. Oh no, it was. Wow, its earnings call is tomorrow. What's this? Finish conference. Okay, so it's showing signs of a potential recovery. SMA line has a potential resistance. So shop, A test, let's check that out. Let's make sure that not only are they, you know, trying, okay. I can see that this is kind of a descending pattern, and also, never mind, as its earnings, it's too close. So I like it. I see why it is that you're calling it out. MACD indicator, perfect. It's judging a reverse back up. RSI is good. It's starting to reverse back up. It's more on the oversold side, so it makes sense on why this thing can come back up, and it offers a pretty decent margin of profit. But earnings is coming up, so it's just something that I'll have to follow up with. But great eye on this one. I think it was EJN that I just got an alert for. Yeah, it broke its support, so it's still getting closer to that SMA line. Okay. LABU. Okay, so LABU is definitely, I see why it is that it's being called out, right? First of all, the low points and high points, you can look at the inverse LABD, right? So this one's more of that descending pattern, and you can see how overextended it is. So it's showing signs of a potential reversal, which definitely makes sense. This would be very risky to get in right now. It'd be very risky, but also very rewarding, right? If it ends up playing out according to plan. 100% like it. This is a previous area of where it's bounced at. The inverse ETF is very overextended, and it looks like it's rejected. It looks like it's getting, there's a bunch of indications on why it should reverse. It doesn't mean that it will, though. Does that make sense? So I love that you guys brought this up. I'm gonna actually put this now in my watch list. So thank you, Craig. Craig, if I'm not mistaken, I think we were talking about this one. But I'm also going to set my alert if it starts making lower lows, right? I want to make sure that I not only set myself up, what's it called, when it comes down to of it making this reversal, but also if it starts to sell off. So the MACD indicator looks good, the RSI looks good. Let's see if it actually holds, and let's see if we could break above this EMA. Justin, sorry about that, man. What is it that, Don, you were saying something about JNUG? I'm sorry that I wasn't able to read it all. Can you address what manipulation Don was mentioning on /GC so I could understand? Don, do you mind if you repeat, I'm sorry, of what you were saying? That you're saying that it's going through manipulation? It's because of this? I still don't understand like why it's being called like manipulation though. Is it due to the volatility? Like, yeah, I can see how this the candle Shopify just broke above 142, so just made highs of day. Yeah, no, I can definitely see that. So you're talking about this huge candle, and after the candle, there's a consistent sell-off, and it reverses back up. I wouldn't necessarily call that necessarily manipulation, though. I think that happened with like natural gas as well, when it becomes so oversold, and it has signs of a reversal, right? Yeah, this one's a little bit more consistent, but yeah, so pretty much, Don, if I'm not mistaken, when it comes down to /GC, you were saying that you think that it's being manipulated due to these two specific candles, right? There's a huge push up, obviously a huge order causing it to cause huge demand, and then 1235, and then pretty solid pullback all the way down here to yeah, that's definitely a pretty low point, 1222, and then it reverses back up and it starts to reverse. So it definitely makes sense. No, I get where that's coming from, but I wouldn't call that necessarily. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. There's much more consolidation and reversal. Oh, 100%. I do think that there's a bunch of panic sellers that could have happened because of that. First of all, it's kind of like when I see like Facebook push up. Right away, I see Facebook push up, I sell, and then all of a sudden it sells back off, and then it pushes right back up. So I'm sure a number of people either locked in profit or ooh, there you go. So we just broke above the middle VWAP. Let's see if we can get in closer. It's around this area. So level 2. So 158. Yeah, I didn't understand this, Jay. So yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. But okay. Austin, of course, right? It wouldn't surprise me if it starts to sell off so you can get a better deal. Ricky, one simple question for swing trade. Which time frame is good? 180-day, 10-day, or 20? And there it goes, Jay, just like you asked. It should be bouncing around this area, but wow, holy moly. It's almost like when I touched it. But there, in the swing trading section, like in the course, that's something that I cover, man. Have you covered that already? I go through the series of time frames that I use when it comes down to swing trading and why. There's literally a video that is specifically about time frames, and I talk about for day trades and for swing trades. I really need you to complete the entire course for everyone, right? Before asking a series of questions, just because, you know, like that's why the course is there. Okay. Jane, I guess still more on the overbought side. Yeah, there's so many people that I've seen that ask questions about the course, and I have like first of all, some people like really like the course, and some people are like, you know, I really like the group chat, and the course was like, you know, provide the very basics. Like the course is to provide the very basics and just that, right? That's like just to provide the general like foundation in a structured format so you can build off of that. And that's just something that I don't think that a lot of people understand, that when they're getting started, it's just like you need that repetition and the foundation, and then you can build off of that. If you have no foundation, then what is it that you're going to build off of, right? So I hope that that's something that you could complete. Mark Lindsay says you shouldn't allow access to the chats until the course is completed. Something that, no, just kidding. We can't. That's why we're doing better. I feel like we're doing better with these FAQs. We're not getting as many people. I've made specific videos in the course telling people to complete the entire course before asking questions. So we still get, from time to time, a little bit of people. And there's nothing wrong with asking questions. Like maybe it's something that you might have missed. But yeah. Yeah. Looks like we're experiencing a slight little resistance around this area. We'll set our alerts. Love that. Thank you, Dan. Super happy to hear that. Can we make higher highs? Do you guys see this right here? And let's see. Nope. Oh. Oh. Ricky didn't make money on his Facebook trade? Of course I did. I sold. I showed you guys my screenshot of when I put that I sold. Or not my screenshot, I just showed you. Yeah, 171, what was that? 171.13, right? 171.16. Ooh, that rejection. So if I'm not mistaken, I bought at 168, like 168.83 around here. And then my exit wasn't the best, right? Around there. So around 1.5%, very little, with 130 shares. So we could do the math. And then the better trade, in my opinion, was my UYAS exit, which although my exit wasn't the best, I just was going based off of previous patterns of, it looked overextended during pre-market hours. There's a previous resistance right around $59, and this one I sold at $59.03, right? And yeah. I would call them again, Jason. I do apologize for the inconvenience of your quotes being delayed, but yeah, I'll definitely call them again just to make sure that everything gets put back into place. There we go. My average is 171.88. Let's see. And they're super, I know sometimes it like just I'm thinking about like, oh my God, I have to call someone to get something done. Trust me, I know. But TD Ameritrade is freaking beast. They're super good at like responding super quick. They pick up the phone like almost right away. And yeah, I think it's pretty beast. JNUG, yep, JNUG is still pushing up. That's good. So JNUG is still pushing up. I still think it's just to think about the margin that I supposedly missed out on is not much. And looking at more of like its consistent pattern, it makes sense on why it can start reversing back up. We'll just give it a little bit more time to consolidate. And it normally gets rejected by that SMA indicator. So it's about 3%. So it's not like we're missing out on a huge amount anyways, or I'm missing out on a huge amount if I end up not taking the position. So there we go. And a nice little push up. And then we could expect a potential like, probably rejection. Yeah, there we go. So ENPH, I think someone asked me what I think about ENPH. I've already broke down ENPH. I'm still waiting for its overall earnings, right? Earnings is, if I'm not mistaken, today, right? Yeah, at 3:30 p.m. I personally think it's too early to say. Of course, I find it in the good deal territory, right? It makes sense on why it can reverse. I just don't want to hold it over its earnings. That's something that I covered in yesterday's video. I think it has great reversal potential. It's really consolidating. It's not actively trending up. I mean, it's trying to reverse back up, but that's great for those day traders. I would not hold it. Like, that's just not something that I would do. And I don't think it's a good trade intraday. I think it's already very overextended. Wow, that's nice. I'm talking about a swing. It's bigger margin than Facebook, though. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I get why it's being called out for this, how it does have, bigger margins supposedly to, wait, bigger margin than Facebook. Facebook has like a 25% like recovery rate. I don't get that. If it recovers even to like just this area, that's about over 20%. So it does not have a bigger margin for recovery. So Rog Rabbit, you can check out my video yesterday if I'm not mistaken. I have screenshots of it. Actually, you can check out my story on Instagram. I share, because so many people like love to ask like how many shares, how much I bought, and what my entry price was. I started screenshotting because my normal brokerage thing doesn't show that on my trader app. So what I did was I took a screenshot. I think it's still on my Instagram. I did it kind of like early in the morning. So I'll tell you right now. So if you go on my Instagram story, I think it's one of my only stories right now. It shows my average price of 168.83. I was correct. So 168.83,375 if you want to be exact. And it shows I have 160 shares, and it showed that I was up, $415. So, and then that was when it was at 171.48, because I sold at like 171, like 03 or 16. It's probably like 300 and it was about maybe $400 around there that I made. But yeah. Stop promoting your Instagram, Ricky. Yeah, if you guys want to go check out my Instagram, feel free to add me. I need more followers. Just kidding. But yeah, we don't have Instagram. Then you should create one and just follow me. You could always direct message me. Those are the best. Oh, Brandon, my guy, I'm so sorry. VICR. Brandon's been so patient this entire time, waiting for my call, waiting for his call out, and yeah. Okay, so first of all, I like that you're focusing on stocks that are showing signs of an ongoing uptrend. I understand that. It pushed up, it sold off, it's consolidating around the EMA, right? So that definitely makes sense. What is it? I want to ask you guys. So what is it? So obviously this isn't like necessarily the best deal, right? It's not very close to the SMA line. It didn't sell off a great amount, but it has some margin for recovery. There's no question about that. What is it in the 3 stages of a reversal? So we can go on the 20-day 1 minute. What is it that we would like this thing to start to do? So it found its support, so it's not making lower lows anymore. It's consolidating. What is it that I want to ask you, Brandon? Do you know like what is it that we would expect? So if there's a descending pattern like this, if I know how to draw these lines, and then it starts to consolidate, what is it that we need next? I don't know how to draw today, or ever, really. Make higher highs, EMA line pointing up, higher highs, JNEG at 1240. Boom. I am up on Facebook again. EMA pointing up. Yeah, EMA pointing up, making higher highs, all that good stuff, right? So let's just exactly wait for that. So I would also do the average up approach. The MACD indicator looks great. The RSI looks good. I would also not hesitate to lock in profits on this. So like, let's say you wanted to take a very small position now, or whenever it continues to confirm an upturn, because right now it's still consolidating. So it could hit highs of, the 50. So why do I say not buy right now? Or why wouldn't I buy right now? Like, you're more than welcome to do whatever it is that you want. But it's because, as it pushes up, it could get rejected right around 57.50, and then it could sell off and then bounce here, right? And they could continue to do that for however long, it wants to. So if we wait for it to start making higher highs and then pull back, bounce the EMA line, and then continue to push up, then at least we have the indication that it's actively moving up, and that's very attractive, right? So great call out. Please follow up. And yeah, Ricky passed art class. I was actually in advanced art in middle school. So I had the most amazing teacher. My goodness, what was her name? She was like the sweetest, like smallest, like little old lady ever. I absolutely loved her. Oh, Mrs. Blank. Mrs. Blank. Yeah, she wasn't married, Mrs. Blank. Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I used to want to be an architect. So you guys have to imagine, like, I used to think I was a beast artist. No, I was definitely not crushing on my teacher. No, she was a very sweet lady. My name is Ricky and I'm an artist. My name is Ricky and I day trade. I like that. That'd have been nice. I don't know if you guys could see. Let's check it real quick. But you see those like abstract paintings out there? I painted those. Like just messing around. I actually did that with my ex-girlfriend. There's a third one up there. Guess who painted that one? Just kidding. Oh my goodness. I'm totally joking. That was a complete joke. She's a complete sweetheart. But yeah, I did remove it. JNUG is definitely much more on the overextended side. We're just all jokes today. We're trying to lighten up the mood, right? We're having fun and making money. So that's what it's all about. You make those in kindergarten, Austin. You're hilarious. Oh my God. Sometimes I say things and I'm just like, I don't think anyone that like, you guys have to understand, like, I'm not used to having like a following at all, right? Like, it just happened like the past couple of months, really the past year. So it's like super weird to me. So like when people tell me that I have to watch what I say, first of all, I feel like I'm pretty respectful, but like some jokes that I have, like I get how they can be very lowly, like offensive and stuff like that. But so Justin strikes me as an artist. They're struck him incorrectly, Matt. He is the most uncoordinated, goofy. Oh no, he's not an artist. He's by far the furthest thing from an artist. He's a true artist and not washing his dishes. That's what it is. I definitely did not burn or paint it. Ricky, what is the favorite meal of the day? I like lunch. I hate breakfast. So I started having like protein shakes for breakfast. And then I have lunch. I have Chipotle almost like every single day for lunch. It makes me feel good. I didn't have Chipotle one day, and then I got sick the day after. I'm telling you guys, I'm a creature of habit. If I don't have it, my body aches for it. But looks like we're experiencing a pullback. Also, the MACD indicator makes sense on why it's pulling back and stuff like that. So we're almost at that 1 hour mark. Can you guys believe that? Don't you guys just love spending time with me? Is that just me or?
Going by fast.
Right? It always goes by fast. Yeah. 24 likes. Come on, people, wake up. Parrot, you crack me up when we're in the live stream. Parrot is like telling people like if you like begging people to like. I freaking love it. UWT. Okay, so UWT. Let's change this up. 1 day, 1 minute chart. Let's start following up with certain stocks. So let's see for this reversal. This could have some margin to cover. Watch out for the SMA as a, yeah, even down here. So if we like, no, let's see. As long as it doesn't start making lower lows anymore, like that's what would be the most attractive. So it should stop selling off. Yeah, it has a pretty decent margin for recovery. That's UWT. Also, let's understand that we called out this sell-off. Watch my live stream yesterday for my top callouts. I called out the sell-off on UWT and I called off the sell-off on Oil U because it always does this. It always does this as you can look close. It's like it pushes up and it sells off, right? It does this every single time, pushes up and sells off and then pushes up again. Does it 100% mean that it's going to push back up? No, I mean, it still has more room for a sell-off. The MACD indicator has it fully reversed. So I would wait for the reversal next. And yeah, so right now it's still struggling. The EMA line and the middle VWAP are still not pointing up, but yeah. JNEG, again, at that price point. Ooh, Facebook with that pretty decent sell-off. Probably should have locked in profits, or just locked it in because my entry wasn't the best. Yeah, I just broke that pattern that we're following. So it's because that MACD, it made sense. Here, Facebook is thinking if it wants to load EGA in. I mean, TOS. Okay, ARQL around that support. You guys definitely pulling back. I don't want to trade against it. Wow, my TOS is my stream. Oh, the output, dude, it stopped streaming.
Yeah, it stopped.
How is the output low? Who's on the? That's the thing that I don't get.
Did this one have to no? Let's see what if because it had to anything with Phil taking the router. The only one was being used, right?
Yeah, only one was being used.
Yeah, stream's coming in and out.
Honestly, it's after I changed the setting on the OBS, or I changed it here. It won't let me change it now, but yeah, I changed that, and then ever since then, it's been bad.
Yeah, you're back on though.
I'm back on?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's been going on. Do apologize for that. I think I changed something in the stream options. I changed it to low instead of ultra low and stuff like that. So maybe it's something that I'll have to change back. But yeah, I do apologize for that. Let's go ahead and wrap up. Logan Strong, I like that. Straight to the point. Lock in profits and buy a new router. My guy. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up. So Twitter as of right now, still continuously selling off. No signs of a reversal just then. Looks like Facebook had a pretty decent sized sell-off, so we're right back at where I started, and we'll have to wait for that reversal as well. When it comes down to TQQ, still selling off and trading between the middle and bottom VWAP. So again, that's something that I find attractive. Set my alerts on that. JNEG, I find it to be myself a little bit more on the overbought side, and yeah, I mean, that's really just it. So I would like to focus to get in for a little bit of a better deal. And when it comes down to DNR, DNR pushed up quite a bit yesterday, so it makes sense on why it's having a red day. ESV with that pullback. So again, all this makes sense on how it pushed up and it sells off and it bounces. So again, let's just prepare. So if you don't see anything of value today, I see a lot of like stocks that are actively trending up that are of value, are in good deal territory. ESV being one. ENPH, watch out for the earnings. It's still struggling to reverse and it needs to go through its earnings first. UWT is one, right? UWT is sold off and it's bouncing right around that SMA. It doesn't mean that it's a good buy. It just means that it's a good deal range. And then OilU as well, right? And it's one that has been actively trending up. So it makes sense. One that started to reverse back up that's gone through its earnings already is ticker symbol BC. This one was called out by one of our traders, and it's one that I shared in the live stream yesterday. So, and then PTC was trying to show signs of a reversal, but looks like it got rejected again. And that's what's so important to not just, go on one impulse of like just one confirmation or one candle of it making higher highs. You want to see it make higher highs, pull back, make lower highs, right, and then continue to, or higher lows, and then continue to move up. So LEBU is also one that we talked about today. So let's, for myself, I added it to my watch list. I see that it's in that good deal range. It's just not reversing back up. So I'm super excited about, look, all this opportunity, really, all this opportunity that it has to cover over 20%. That's huge. And then we got Facebook just broke below. Wow, Facebook is freaking selling off. Watch out for the earnings on this one, but it's starting to reverse back up. So let's see. There it goes. It's back at that support. We'll set the alert here. All right, guys. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with the two trades that we were able to take that were like short-term swing trades that I was able to hold overnight, right? The first one was UGAS, and the second one was Facebook. We did good with Facebook. I know I could have made a little bit more, but definitely, not too sad about that one. Still cleared at about, like, I would say like $380 to $400. I'm gonna have to check the exact number. And then when it comes down to UGAS, that one was right around the same. It was about like $340 to $400 around there as well. So definitely not bad, right? Some of the profits are obviously the ones from yesterday. So for Facebook, that's pretty much what I was up yesterday. So I'm going to leave it at that. And the new profits today is about 400. So not bad. I just want to keep it consistent. So it looks like Facebook is trying to reverse back up today. So I'll see if I take another position. But yeah, that's really just it. So I really, so that bottom VWAP must have a spring on it. Yeah, it's crazy how it really reverses back up. So let's keep it simple. We have a lot of stocks that are overbought and that a lot of people are going to try to hype up to force an entry from you, guys, you guys know how to identify a good deal. You guys know how to identify when something is actively trending up. Let's make sure that the opportunity cost is worth it. And if you take the position knowing that it's not a good deal just because of hype, then that's a risk that you're taking. And 100%, like we're all open to taking our own risks. Just want to make sure that you guys know that. You guys know what it is that you should and should not be trading. Let's be smart. Let's focus on quality. And if there's nothing that you see of value today, just look for the ones that have sold off, today and that are in good deal range. And let's wait for that reversal. Let's focus on that quality. So I really appreciate your guys' time. Thank you guys again for everything that you guys do. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. Figured it out, paper trading accounts, real time. Thank you, Ricky. Jason, my guy. Hope you have an amazing day, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to direct message me, but be sure to complete the course first. Thank you guys again for your time. Take it easy, team.